Good morning and welcome to the Kerith Acres YouTube channel. Our plan is to use this channel as a supplement to our podcast. We're sharing our story. We're a couple of suburbanites that really wanted to get our own homestead and begin to be a little more self-sufficient, know where our food was coming from, be more connected to it, to the land, and find a way to be more sustainable. And so we're sharing our story on podcast, and we have some social media presence as far as Twitter and things of that nature, Facebook. But we wanted to have this channel just to show some of the tips and tricks that we do talk about on the podcast. We, for instance, building our chicken coop and different gardening things. And so that's what this channel is going to be for. Also, hopefully cute pictures of our kids and little baby chicks and any animals, things like that we get that we can share with you on this channel. So we thought for the first video we might take you around what is our current homestead. It's a half acre in Michigan, and just kind of show you what we have done so far and what we maybe plan to do in the future. This is our herb garden that we actually just planted yesterday. Shared a photo of that on Twitter. Something that we actually were able to make fairly quickly. The container that you see it in was actually a scrap piece from a shipping container that was sent to a place where I work during the week, and so we were able to set it up and just turn it into an herb garden. Just attached it to the railing on the porch, and so that way we have easy access to any of the herbs we want: cilantro, rosemary, thyme, etc. And so that's always a good encouragement for anybody who wants to homestead, anybody who needs to do it on a budget. If you can find a way to use it, use what you have to make things a little less expensive for you, that's always a good encouragement to do that. This is the garden where we raise the vegetables to make our salsa, which is one of the main, first and main products that we sell. We built these last year. We originally had across this entire area was a garden directly in the ground. It was very big and also very difficult to take care of. A lot of issues with weeds, things like that. And so we converted to the raised beds, found it much easier to keep things sorted. We're actually expanding. As you can see, there's an empty box. Here's our some of our lumber to build a couple more of them. We're actually going to expand to 9 boxes this year. And this is what allows us to grow the stuff for our salsa. Excellent idea to do raised beds. Definitely helps you to be organized, helps you to control your soil, control what goes in, help you control weeds. So that's where we grow our produce currently. And speaking of growing things, this was one of our big projects this year. This is our grow room. We wanted to start our own seedlings instead of relying on nurseries to do them for us. It definitely is simpler, and for sure if you have access to it, go ahead and use that. But we wanted to try and see what it would be like to start our own seedlings, and so we made this room in our basement. We got the trays, dirt, everything we sourced mostly from outside, but some bags, things like that. We bought this particular grow light on Amazon. It's an LED grow light. I'm not going to show you the actual bottom of it because it gets super bright. I did a lot of research on that, and so definitely listen to the podcast for some of that information, and I'll kind of describe this entire project in its entirety. But even with that, we brought down a space heater so we could warm up the soil to make the seeds sprout. There are heated mats that you can put under the soil, but again, we limited funds and things like that. We did what we could and made do with what we had, and so these will be transplanted out to those boxes soon. One of the things that went the craziest would be these guys over here. These are our banana peppers. They just went nuts. There's probably 3 or 4 plants in most of the containers. So they went crazy, and we are looking forward to getting those outside and harvesting fruit from our efforts. And in addition to produce, we are also doing livestock on the farm. We are getting chickens this year for the first time. That's been a journey in living here where we live. And again, there will be a podcast episode coming out with that whole journey on it, explanation of how we were able to get chickens, but this will be their brooder. And then we definitely stopped at Tractor Supply and got feeders, waters, things like that. Went ahead and already got feed. That's ready to go. The chickens are actually coming in 2 weeks. So we got a sealed container. We're keeping them in the basement so that we can control their temperature, control their environment, at least for the first 4 weeks. That will put them outside in July when it should be warm enough, day and night for them, and they will be big enough that hopefully predators and things won't be an issue in an enclosed run, which I will show you next. And last but not least, this is our to-come chicken coop. We showed you the brooder room, but this is where we will have the coop once they move outside. The idea being we'll build the coop there using the fences just as border areas. I've got the 2 posts sunk in, so we'll build the coop there. And then this was a greenhouse frame that we got on Amazon. We're going to use that as an enclosed chicken run, especially when they're younger. It will limit them. They'll be able to feed on the grass here, scratch and do their chicken thing, but that'll keep them safe, give them a protected area. And then in the winter, it limits the amount of snow we need to clear when we do want to let them out of the coop to get some fresh air. And so this actually will be raised up a few feet. The poles are over there on the ground. We'll attach that right to the front of the coop so that we don't have to worry about critters getting in and out. We don't have to worry about the chickens squeezing out past it when we don't want them to. And so then they will be able to actually roam around this entire backyard, scratching and enjoying their chicken life. And then if we do ever want to, we can just open that back gate there. Yes, there are holes in the fence I need to fix, but we can open the back gate there and they'll have a little more access beyond the backyard. So we've got plenty of room for them to go around and do what they want to do and live a happy life and provide us with some farm fresh eggs. That is our farm. Quick tour of it, and farm in quotations. That's our little homestead. We're doing, as I said, what we can where we're at as we continue to look for property and a little more space and do a little more things, but you'll be able to follow our journey with that as well. In future episodes, we'll introduce you to a couple of the other family members, including our dog and cat, and hopefully as things go, we'll be able to get better equipment, better camera, better microphone, so we'll be able to improve these videos for you. I hope it's something that you enjoy. Please subscribe to our channel. We do have a giveaway going right now, a year's worth of salsa for free for the lucky winner. That's 52 jars of salsa. All you need to do is subscribe here to our YouTube channel, and then you get other entries if you follow us on Twitter, if you subscribe to our podcast, and if you follow us on Facebook. And so then you just send me an email, Kerith Acres, KerithAcres, Kerith Acres, at gmail.com, and give me the screen names of the accounts you use to follow us on those different platforms, and that will be your entry, up to 4 entries. And then if you suggest other people to do that same thing, and they mention you as the person that sent them to us, and they win, you as the person who sent them to us will get 10 free jars of salsa as well. So please go ahead and do that, and we hope that you subscribe and follow us and continue to watch our videos, listen to our podcast, and follow our story. Have a great day.